Hello. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And I just wanted to tell this little story about this sweet little girl that came in to stuff a unicorn one day. It was just a normal Build-A-Bear day before COVID and all this stuff. And just as we're about to finish, the mom goes up to the little girl and says, "Oh, what are you gonna name your little unicorn?" She just takes a deep breath and she screams, "Horny!" And I am like, what? And the parents have just been like, no. I am laughing my head off because the innocence of this little girl, because she didn't know, and she's like, what? Because she's got a horn, and her name's Horny. He's like, you can't name her that. And I was just laughing, and everyone was laughing, and the little girl's just standing there with a unicorn like, horny, and I'm like, oh, the innocence of children is something to be cherished. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And we just had these two moms with these adorable two kids, and they both wanted their moms to record something onto a voice chip, which is always adorable. The first little girl wanted Twinkle Twinkle Little Star recorded on this chip, and that was adorable. And then the second little girl just wanted her little shark to say corn. Nothing else, no other context, just straight up corn. Let's just say the queen of Build-A-Bear was very amused. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And this is a story of a little boy who wanted to record just a funny little chip into his bear. And I never get political, except for that one time where Donald Trump almost banned TikTok, and probably not gonna happen. But this little boy goes to the microphone and he says, "I'm Joe Biden and I forgot this message." And I'm just sitting there like, okay, we're going there. The kid was like 8. Let's just say I was very confused and very concerned for our country. I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. It was just a typical Saturday, busy as always, but you know, we handle. And all these girls came in from a volleyball tournament, and they came from a different state. I think it was like North Dakota or something. And they decided to make a little sloth for their coach, and it was like, oh, that's so sweet. It's like, can we record a little message for them? And I said, of course. I showed them how to do it, and then they started, and all of a sudden, they all, in high-pitched voice, went, "Bree!" That was it. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And some of our busiest Saturdays happen right before the Super Bowl. And this one huge, crazy Saturday, there must have been like 100 people in the store, and this was before COVID. And all of a sudden, this middle-aged man comes into our store in a full-out pink Care Bear onesie. Yes, you heard that right. And I'm just thinking, do we need to call somebody for this person, because they do not look right in the head? And I just remember him on the phone the whole time he was in the store. He didn't buy anything. He just went in there. He would stay there. I think he stayed in there for like 10 minutes. Super Bowl makes you do weird shit. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And today, I was working with this family and how to put a sound in. There was this separate little girl and little boy playing with the sound thing, and I was just like, can I just sneak in real quick and just make sure they got their sound chips? And then all of a sudden, the little girl walks up to me and her mom and says, "I have to go pee, I just peed myself a little." My manager and I just look at each other like, what is happening? So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And this was probably in July. And this kid comes up to me, probably 18, 17. He comes up to me and goes, "Hello, my dear." And I'm like, oh, this is going to be fun. And I found out the dude was an exchange student from Poland, but he had, like, for some reason to me, a thick Russian accent. He's like, "So what is this store, Build-A-Bear?" And then I explained to him how it works. And then he's like, "Okay, thank you, my dear." And he walks out, and then I hear him say to his, like, host friend, "You know, in my country, we would just take bear and then stuff it. Just like kill the bear." And I was like, yes! Oh my gosh, it was the best moment and made me so happy to work at Build-A-Bear. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And this happened a couple of days ago where I was stuffing this nice girl's Build-A-Bears, and she had this, this like customized photo. Some banks will take like a photo of yours and put it on a credit card. Well, this woman had the craziest credit card picture I've ever seen, because her credit card picture was a thing of Jesus, but instead of Jesus' face, it was Jerry Seinfeld's B-movie character. It was Beezus! Beezus has risen! So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company, and one of the most favorite things of my job is when I get to make Build-A-Bears for service animals. They are the best customers ever, especially when they pick the bear out of the cubby themselves with their mouth, and they just come up to me with their tail wagging, and they got the bear in their mouth, and I'm like, it's so cute, especially when there was this one service dog meetup last year, and all of a sudden 10 dogs came into the store, and I was just standing there like, I want to pet you, but I know I can't, but I'm gonna be respectful, but at the same time, you're all so cute, it's driving me crazy. Long story short, if you have a service dog, please come over to Build-A-Bear, because I love animals. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And I know I mentioned service dogs earlier and how much I love them, but this one customer in particular came by, and she's been a regular at our store for buying bears and then coming back to return them with no receipt, maybe like a week later, worn out and really damaged. So she wasn't a favorite customer, but she comes in and she's bringing the stroller in, and you think with a stroller there'd be a kid or a little puppy. No, there was a cat inside, a real cat, and the cat was just in the stroller like, what am I doing here? I should not be here. So I work for Build-A-Bear Workshop, but I do not speak for the brand or the company. And sometimes with kids, you don't know what you're gonna get. Sometimes they are very sensitive to noise. And with the stuffer, that's always a give or take. Some kids are going to be scared of it. Some kids are going to be okay with it or just cover their ears. But this one kid just was not having it. He thought the thing was going to murder him. Literally, I start the thing up and I'm starting to stuff his dinosaur. He starts climbing over his mother like he's being chased by a rabid dog. And I'm like, whoa, 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 are you okay? And the mom's like, keep going, keep going. I'm like, I'm not comfortable with this. And the kid's screaming and climbing. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then by the time I was done, he felt like he just suffered through PTSD. I have not had a kid more scared of the stuffer than that kid. I never forgot it.